All right, part 2. So, I was talking about my past people that I used to not get along with, work with. The good things, the bad things, the people who genuinely did start trouble, and people who genuinely did not start trouble. You know, but Jeannie is a person who starts trouble. She is a person who starts trouble. So, well, what happened yesterday? So, yesterday, she was with us again for some god-awful reason, because she was Tuesdays and Thursdays were the assigned days she was supposed to be with us. So when she was with us on Wednesday, I was really confused. And me and Kyle were like, why is she here with us? You know what I mean? Because I guess they thought David wasn't here, or no, that was yesterday. We didn't know why she paired us up with her, or she was paired with us on Wednesday. Oh, and I forgot, I gotta do a fingerprint thing later today. I gotta remember that. I gotta set a reminder when I get close by, so I don't forget. I don't want to forget that. So, but yeah, yesterday she teamed up with us again, which it was Thursday, so we were like, well, all right, it's a normal day. So, I clock in, and, what happened? What started it? There were a few incidences that I had with Jeannie. So, I will admit I was mocking her a little bit. I'll open it. I could be a dick when I'm really annoyed with someone. Like, not on a bullying level, though. Not like on a bullying level. But it's just like, if I'm really fed up with someone at work, I tend to start fucking with them. You know what I mean? Which, again, I own up is wrong. But it just happens. You know what I mean? It's wrong. But when I can't lash out at someone, I tend to do that. You know what I mean? When I can't lash out at them, I just tend to get really, my mind switches on me, you know what I mean? It started off with her saying something yesterday morning. I don't remember what, but later after the first room, I belched. And a burp and a belch are two different things, in my opinion. A burp is an obvious burp. A belch is when you're, like, releasing gas, but it's more of a hiccup, like a, kind of like a hiccup. So I belched, and Jeannie was like, "Excuse you," and I actually did snap at her. I was like, that was a belch, not a burp. It's two different things. And second of all, I told her straight up, you don't need to speak for me on that. And she was like, I didn't mean to get you upset. I was just like, you don't need to tell me that. You don't need to tell me, excuse me. If I burp, you guys will know. And David looked at me like, well, already got him pissed this morning, And I told David that. I'm like, she just did not need to do that. And he was like, oh, I know. She didn't need to be saying that. Because, yes, the day before on Wednesday, she burped. But she didn't she burps fucking loud. She burps loud. And she didn't say excuse me or nothing. She just said, oh, man. I was like, you're excused. Because she didn't say excuse me to a burp. I belched. That's how I belch. I don't know if I belched on videos before. Because I get heartburn. I was like, I have heartburn. You know what I mean? So I snapped at her about that. And I was just like, you don't need to speak for me. When you burp, you need to say, excuse me. Have some fucking manners. You know what I mean? Yeah, she's nasty about it. She'll burp and fart and not try to hide it. She'll let it all out. And it's just like, that's annoying. Be clean, Swanson's here. Oh, they cleaned up that corner. It looked like shit. People been fucking leaving crap in that corner, man. Uh-oh. Why does it want me to go this way this time? It wants me to go straight. It's different. Either way, as long as I get there by 7:14, I don't care which gate. Madigan Gate is still open until October 10th. But if I can not go in Madigan Gate, that'd be cool. But anyway, yeah, it started with that, and I told her sorry. I did apologize. I was like, I thought you were just being sarcastic. And she was like, no, I wasn't being sarcastic, which I'm pretty sure she was, But I was like, I thought you were being sarcastic. Sorry. That's what I told her. And Kyle looked at me like, what happened? Because he wasn't there. Dave was there. But anyway, so then later in the day, I don't know, something else happened again. And Jeannie, I just get really stern with. I'll ask a question like, what did you guys do? What are you guys up to? But it's not to be nosy. It's just so that I know what I can do in that room, because I came in the second room late. See, the issue is David likes to leave to the next rooms early. Like when we get done with the first round of the dining hall, we don't get done until close to 10:30, past 10. He leaves at 10. And he really thinks we're going to get done by 10. And I had to tell him we're not going to get done by 10, dude. I've been trying to get done by 10, mopping. But we don't argue about it. I just told him, kind of nicely, like I've been trying to, man. It just, I can't. I got to get done with it when I can, And he leaves everybody alone about it now. But at first, he was getting annoyed with Kyle about it. And I was just like, we've been trying, man. We're trying to get it done. But it just, an hour's just not enough time to get a whole break room, kitchen, and hallway done, Or a dining room, dining hall. I think it wants me to go to Logistics Gate this time, which I've only been in, once. So, but with that being said, when we went in the next room, I asked Jeannie, what have you guys done so far? And she's like, oh, I'm mopping. I'm like, what did you do before that? She was like, the bathrooms. I was like, okay, thank you, I'm trying to know so then I can know what to do. I'm not trying to pry in and know your business so then I can just be bossy. I need to know so then I can find something to do, you know what I mean? And she's all attitude-y about it. I'm like, just fucking answer me. Just don't get so fucking moody. You know what I mean? Don't you do it, buddy. So, yeah, it was really annoying, honestly, with that one. Yeah, it wants me to go on Logistics Gate, which I don't know why, but... So then, later in the day, we're all done with the bathroom in the kitchen. It's close to lunchtime, right? Don't you do it, truck. And Jeannie comes in, and she's trying to get the key. Kyle, can I get the key? Can I get the key, Kyle? Can I get the key? That's what she says. Exactly how she said it. She asked 3 times in the span of 30 seconds. And we're all sitting there, and I look at Kyle, and I smile at him, and I look back at her, and I said, what's the magic word? I said, what's the magic word? And she was like, please. Oh, man, that shit was funny. That time, I genuinely started to fuck with her the rest of the day. But hold on a sec. I don't know why, but... Come on, damn it. I'm alright, how are you?
It's Friday.
Yes, it's Friday. Happy Friday. You too, thank you. You too, thank you. Oh, I was recording the whole time. Oh, well. Like I said, the soldiers are super nice. Majority of the time. They're super nice. Yeah. Oh, it wants me to go left, okay. Yeah. Alright, so, but yeah, my response was, what's the magic word? And I told David and Kyle, I don't know why, but I can be a dick sometimes, you know. And I thought it wanted me to go that way. I'm like, no, it wants me to go around. So after that, man, she was like, please, like she said it like that, like please. She gave it, and Kyle thought that shit was funny as hell. Kyle did tell me, he was like, I thought that was funny as hell, and I was like, yeah, man, you know. But that's me when I get pushed to that point, you know what I mean? I try not to be a dick, but that's me when I get pushed to that point, you know? So, later in the day, you know, we put her on garbages again, because why not? I thought they were going to pull me in the office for training, but they never did. So I'm going to ask them about that later today, if I should just stop by again after lunch. And then I got to tell them that they want me to do fingerprints at 2:30. So, if I could go do that. Or, I need to go do that. Not if I can. I need to go do that. And then I'll let Kyle know that too. So, but... Oh, I need to be in this lane. It's right there. So... But, yeah, you know, but during the day, again, Jeannie, man, she keeps asking me where Kyle is. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, you keep asking me where Kyle is. And I told her, I'm not Kyle's keeper. But I was being funny about it. I was like, I am not Kyle's keeper. You know, I was just singing and shit. Right? I was just singing and shit and being annoying. And she was like, I didn't ask if you were. I was like, I'm just messing with you. Like, can you not read 2 to 2 that I'm just messing with you? I was like, I don't know where Kyle is. I don't even know why you asked me where Kyle is. Oh. Go for it, bud. Oh. Oh, you got the closer spot. Nice. I don't care as long as I find a parking spot easily. I don't even care if it's in the back or what. It's great if I get it in the front though. Yesterday I got it near the front, which was awesome. But I need to give this thing back to Gabby though when I get the chance. So yeah, you know, it was just like she asked me every day where Kyle is. I'm like, I'm not his fucking tracking pal. I'm not his keeper. I don't know where he is. Like, you gotta stop asking me that. And sometimes she'll stop herself and be like, oh, never mind. And I'm like, yeah, you know, it's like, what's the point of asking me? That's what I told her yesterday, or the day before yesterday. And then she'll stop herself and she'll be like, it's a habit. And I'm like, it's okay. It's a habit, but you're fine, you know. But that's when I wasn't irritated with her. And then... finally at the end, you know, I was serious though with some of the things. I'd tell them and let them know, hey, this is here for this and that, you know, don't break the mop bucket, you know, but she actually was doing a little better this time. She's trying, because I am genuinely trying to save her ass too. The day before yesterday, I told her, you know, it would suck if you broke some shit and you get in trouble for it, you know what I mean? But I told her, I'm not fucking gonna get in trouble for your mistakes. But I didn't say it like that. I told her it's her ass if that's what I said. I said, it's your ass if you get caught. If you break it, you're on your own, dude. Right? So then, but yeah, yesterday, man, it was actually kind of chill. I think once every while. Oh, she started trying to do Camille's work You know, she'll steal work from Camille. She'll try to sweep under Camille's side of the place and all that. And Camille finally was like, I got it. Stop. You know, and Jeannie would be like, okay. And I told Jeannie, gotta leave Camille to do her stuff, man. Yeah, Jeannie didn't say anything. She just kind of threw her hands up and walked off. And that facial expression that she shoots. And then I said something else to her, but I forgot. You know, it wasn't really harsh. But after that, she finally did put her mop head in the back. And I told her, look, I'm sorry about yesterday. If you were actually going to do it. And this is when I got annoyed with her again for the last time. She didn't, like, really genuinely try to make a peace about it. So I was trying to make some kind of a peace about it, like, and she cuts me off. She cuts me off when I talk. That's also annoying. She'll, but anyway, I was like, look, sorry about yesterday, because I got after her the day before about the mop head, about, you know, I put your mop head away. You're welcome. Sorry for spitting, by the way. I was like, I put the mop head away. You're welcome. And she just kind of looked at me all stupid and all that. And she wouldn't stop looking at me all stupid. So, finally, yeah, you know, that's it, really. Just, I apologized to her about the day before, yesterday, and I was like, look, I you know, if I kind of came off a little hot about the mop heads, you know, sorry about that, because she actually did it this time, but I was like, maybe I might have acted too fast with that one, but it was her response that I kind of took that apology back, you know, after that, because she was like, all right, so I was like, oh, all right, you know, I walked off and I started saying, all right, this stupid voice. I was like, all right, like, bro, just say, oh, it's okay, you know, it's whatever, you know, or something like that, but just an all right, you know, like a snarky okay, you know, it's just like, fuck you, you know, I'm trying to make peace with you, and you don't, you know, you're not, you know, so it's whatever. I am not entirely upset about it. I'm not going to make it part of my day. Like I said, she's got to start the day off with some shit to really get me amped up, because I wasn't even upset about the day before with yesterday. I wasn't upset yesterday about the day before. It's more so what she does during that day that I start to get annoyed with her and start whatever, but I need to get ready. So, gonna end it here, but it's all good. It's Friday, finally. Gonna have a fun weekend, hopefully. Paying my guitar off and all that. But it's the last weekend for the fair, so go and enjoy it. Bye.